Welcome to NFT Art Galaxy. Very excited today. Have Dale Forward back on the show. We are going to talk to him a little bit about what got him into art, why he's on the Algorand platform, and some things that you might not know about him. But we've been having some conversations in Twitter Spaces and all those different places, but figured it might be good to record what Dale is going through in his experiences. And we will have maybe a weekly, monthly show for all you folks out there to learn from his experience. Welcome, Dale, to the show.
Oh, thanks so much, man. Yeah, I'm keen to just get a record of what I've got been going on, like especially for the new artists coming in. Like, it'd be cool just to share what's been happening.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man.
and so yeah, like I think today we were just gonna introduce me, so then we get a bit of an idea of where I'm at. So I'm Dale Forward. If you haven't met me before, I've been an artist all my life. I started off with drawing. So I would like draw a lot of ink drawings, and now these are like my apps. So this is when after I made some books, that it might be better actually, Rich, to go onto my books. And so if you go into the products, yep. And so I started off making books. Like you can see that there's Warlock and Master there. They use the red and blue glasses. And so these are all hand drawn. And if you keep scrolling down a little bit, there'll be a GIF there. So that when you look through one eye at a time, you see two separate images. And so this was like my first sort of, I guess, taste of success in art, where I made this book and then like I sold it around the world, like selling, I don't know, a few hundred copies and stuff.
Wow.
It introduced me into selling in stores, having gallery exhibitions and everything. And so
That's
then
pretty cool.
I started getting my name out there as an artist. And that's when I was like, oh, I could probably pursue this heaps more intensely and stuff. But what happened was, because of just even that particular drawing book, my right arm was getting heaps wrecked because I was drawing like for hours a day. And that was over like months of drawing for that first book. Um, and then, so I had to balance out my body. And so I was like learning how to do like one arm push-ups and stuff and balancing my body out and everything. Which, yeah, I can still sort of smash them out now, but I've been a bit lazy in the last few months. Um,
Oh, wow.
but then like that sort of led me into exploring like the 3D space, to make games and everything too, which is like what you were on before. Oh yeah, and I've had like live talks and everything, and yeah, heaps of things. That's from my exhibition. So like that was at Maitland Regional Art Gallery, which is one of the biggest galleries around in sort of New South Wales sort of area. It was the
Wow.
first one where they paid me to be in an exhibition, which was crazy to me.
Yeah, I see the glasses in the back here on the drawing on the wall, how to use the
Yeah,
glasses. That's
yeah, I had
pretty
to
cool.
design it all.
I did
Yeah.
not know this about you. I didn't see this site. This is great. Everybody should
Yeah,
go
no,
check
like
this
I've
out.
been doing this my whole life. And then so I then progressed into doing 3D models and 3D apps where I designed a digital tarot card deck. So yeah, if you go into my apps, yeah. So this was around just before COVID hit. I made the augmented reality tarot cards, and then I made that digital version too. And there's a free one as well, or you can get the full deck for like $2.50 or whatever, or $3.
Cool.
Um, and that was like my first step in digital sales, where like I was making money from selling the app, and I was like, oh damn, like I don't have to mail stuff. Like I don't
Mhm.
have to print things out and ship them, and I can still get money. And like it wasn't like some crazy thing. And yeah, I made a push-up generator in like 2
Those,
days.
those are the one arm push-ups. I
Oh
want to
yeah,
see you do that live right now. No.
yeah, no, yeah. Yeah,
Uh-huh.
maybe another time. I just woke up.
Nice.
No, but yeah, you can check on there. I made that because like I was doing all these push-ups and I was thinking like I want to be able to randomly create like and just keep a list of all the different push-ups that I can do. So I tried to list and figure out all the different variations of the like basic ones. And so it was like stuff like timing. So if you do it slow or fast, the arm positions, just the and like the elbow positions and the legs, how they were positioned, and any extra sort of movements and stuff involved in that. So I spent
Nice.
like a solid 2 days of like listing how you would plan this. Then I just recorded me doing all the videos, and it was just set up with a little random button, like a little shuffle button.
Wow.
And yeah, it was kind of cool. It was a fun project. But now, after having all my 3D stuff, now I'm into using that skill to make what is my strength, which is just making like 2D images, or like with the GIFs, I sort of still think of them as just 2D images, but just they have that slight wiggle to them.
Mhm.
And yeah, I'm like now I've just been experimenting for the last like few solid weeks, maybe like 6 weeks by now, maybe more, maybe even 7. I think it's getting up there, because I know I started on November 2nd. That was when I really started, and I think that's when I released the first ALGO God. Maybe
Oh,
I
wow.
did do a little bit before that, but it was kind of just a little bit haphazard or something like that. um, but now I'm at the stage where I've developed interactive books in on the NFT network, which I know that you've got, I think the two of them so far, where I've got the first one where there was only one copy that you won the bid on,
Mhm.
and then another one which can only be like received just if I send it to you.
So,
Um,
so what brought you
sorry,
to
yeah.
that, the Algorand platform? So going, like, how did you make the leap from the digital
Yeah,
tarot cards and all that stuff, push-ups and uh,
yeah,
world
yeah,
tours and stuff
yeah.
to this?
Well, so like NFTs were starting to build up just around like after COVID had been around for a bit. And people were hitting me up about it saying, "Hey Dale, you should probably get onto this technology. Like I'm pretty computer literate and everything, and my art style is sort of like what NFT artists were doing at that time and stuff." Um and so people were telling me about it. And so luckily one of my friends who's an artist, he told me to get on it, and so I just sat down with him and said, all right, how do I get on it then? Like, don't just tell me that I should, just explain what I should do. And so he said, go on OpenSea, because that tends to be like the cheapest sort of entry level one, and you get like a MetaMask wallet and stuff. So I did all that after a few mess ups where I tried to pay the gas fees, but they didn't work. So I was down like maybe $200 or $300
Oh,
because the
wow.
gas fees just didn't go through. So I didn't want to do it after a while. I was like, no, this is terrible. I don't want this. But after I made some books that just weren't really going very well, I was like, all right, I need to improve it. I need to get involved with a new medium, and I need to pursue technology. So I just basically committed to exploring NFTs from then on. And so I put up some stuff eventually on OpenSea. And the first one I made was this nice purple spider that went really well. It like sold in the first day to a mate who he was telling me about getting into NFTs. And it sold for about 0.01 Ether, which
Mhm.
for me it was about $50 or something, right? And then you had to pay gas fees though of about another 50 or even like $80 on top of that.
Yeah.
And which was, yeah, it's crazy. But still, it was good to see that I could make a sale at least. And so he bought a few other pieces that were a little bit cheaper. Like they were only like $5 or $6 for me, but they were still about that $50 or $80 gas fees. And he was like, yeah, I can't keep spending money on this. And luckily I did sell another one too to another mate for about the same price. But that was the only times that I was selling anything, like including say all my books and everything too. It was the only like way I was making money off my art, and it had been for a while. So I thought, all right, NFTs seem like the easiest way for me to make money, but the gas fees are killer at the moment. So I was luckily just starting on Twitter, and I'd connected with some other artists that were like NFT artists, and I
Mhm.
joined a Discord with them. And so in the Discord, I mentioned saying, hey, any alternatives to Ether, because the gas fees are pretty horrible at the moment. And one guy called Hypnagogus, who he's an artist in the scene, and he's doing pretty good with everything. Like he's like making collections and stuff. Big shout out to him. Yeah, there's your piece. That's, I think, my highest
Yeah,
sold piece.
that's my favorite. Yeah.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
crazy, that one. Yeah, I really like that one. Um, and so he told me to get onto Ether, and so I set it up, and then kind of just didn't really do anything. That August one just there, that was like, I just put that up as a test. And then a few days later, I put up the spider one because I thought, all right, let's actually start pursuing this and getting into it. And it was only really once I started promoting it and learning how to promote and asking like thousands of questions to Hypnagogus and D4
yeah.
and a lot of other artists that I started to get the ball rolling, where I just collect all their suggestions, because, you know, like starting a new medium for me and like going into a new art style or new market, I'm used to that now. Like this isn't like a new thing for me. Like NFTs is, but
Yeah.
having to learn a whole new medium and learning a new market, that's something I'm so used to now. Like, because if you want another thing, which I don't think you'd be able to show on the screen, but people can check out, is my other website called checkoutmyshirt.com. So that's for, it's not safe for work artworks. And so it's another hidden thing. Now, keep in mind, it's
Check out
18
my
plus.
shirt, you said?
Checkoutmyshirt.com. Now it is 18 plus, so prepare yourself. You might need to cut this bit.
Oh, okay. All right. We'll leave it there then. How about that?
Yeah, yeah,
Oh, they want me to
yeah.
click. They want me to
No,
click.
well, if you click that, then it'll show up, right? So people can check that. You might need to cut it then. You can check it out now, and we can just cut back to this.
All right.
So it's shirts that you'll wear, where you can wear it out in public, but you can only see the content underneath with the glasses.
Oh, wow.
So you can have highly pornographic images,
Oh,
and I've done pictures for my friends and stuff too. And sometimes I think the GIFs are a little bit blurry because it's all the video that you're showing
yeah.
me. I don't know how clear they are for you, but you can click them open and they can be a bit clearer and stuff.
All right.
So, but yeah, so this is some of the other content that I've made. Um, and, but yeah, so
Very cool. Very cool. I have some questions for you. So I mean, how do you come up with your ideas, number one, and then number two, like, can you lift up the hood a little bit for people and kind of go over, how you create these, what kind of tools you're using, or?
yeah, okay. Well, what I might even do is then I'll load up the program in the background while we talk. And then if it loads up, because it might take just a little bit to load, but then I can actually show you by sharing my screen and just sort of talk through a little bit. Because with the ideas are very influenced by the models that I have.
Okay.
Because I, rather than me going out and getting models to try and get a vision happening, I'd rather like see what I've got and then make something from that and like bash it together. And like, so say with that spider gun one, I basically just had an idea in my head. I was like, oh, a gun on a spider would look really cool. So then I had to go and sift through the assets that I had, try and find the highest quality little pistol and then a nice high quality gun. And then I just like found a scene that I thought it would be really cool in and plonked it in there. And then once I've got like the main object, then I sort of base everything around that. So I adjust the camera angles and the colors of the shot. I add little dust effects and stuff too. Like it's, yeah, like the ideas mostly come from the assets that I've got, but keep in mind too that they're all like 3D game assets.
Mm-hmm.
So they're all like either fantasy or sci-fi predominantly, like, which is what I love. And so because they're all gaming assets, they all tend to fit together kind of nicely. Like they run nice and fast. And like my main goal with it though is to make some like artworks that really try and pounce out of the picture. So that's where with the ALGO GODS, like that it's basically got three main elements to each piece. There's the big character, the smaller characters in front or like the foreground areas, and then the scenery around and like framing the piece basically.
Nice.
So I'm trying to keep in mind like those pieces being nice and balanced and fits together. And what I can do is I can show you, if I'll share my screen and I can show you
Yeah.
the program.
Let's
Yep.
let's do it. Yeah, I mean, I like this. I mean, the whole point of this channel is to share experiences. I've been sharing my experience as I go, and I'm really glad that we can kind of welcome you on board and share your experience as you go through creating art, thinking about art, marketing art, just kind of your journey on kind of what's working, what's not working, and all that stuff. But wow.
Yeah. Well.
So
Yeah.
this is
So
this is Unity. Is that what this
yeah,
is?
this
What
is
this
Unity. So
Okay.
just a quick sort of outline of what's going on here, right? So I'm working on a story about a minotaur who is fighting robots basically, and that's like there's heaps more detail to it, but basically, right, this now is one of the images from the picture, and I'm gonna just zoom in on this section here just so we can focus on this. So we've got over here the camera. And then to get the effect, we can just move it, and you might be able to see it down here. The effect where it'll give that 3D effect. So I basically just animate that, and then I'll like rotate it in and around like that. So the main characters stay in the middle. That's basically just all the animation.
Right.
And then like we've got these characters here.
But you obviously had to place all these characters and think of this whole scene, right?
Sorry?
I said you had to like place the characters. You had to think of the whole
Oh
scene.
yeah, yeah. So I was just gonna
I
show,
mean,
right? So
I mean, you are using assets, but you're also placing the assets, changing the assets, moving the assets around to
yeah,
work
so
within
I
your
had to like,
art.
yeah, pose all their neck. And then there's like all the flames and stuff too. And if I get the camera out, there's also like all the effects on the camera. So I can turn off some of the settings like bloom and turn off the vignette around the outside. I can turn off all the color grading and stuff that I did. And then we've got the lights, so I can turn off the different lights.
Wow.
Or I can like say, make them heaps brighter and change the color and stuff. So all those sort of things you can do in this.
Wow.
And then basically from there, I open up another program. I think I'll have to.
This is intense, man. Seeing how the algo gods are made. I don't know if I'm going to share this with anybody. This is this is amazing.
Yeah, I'll close that. Those are just notes I got to do.
I mean, this is like another language to me, though. I mean, I know you're making it look easy and graceful, but my goodness.
No, yeah, it's something that I've done for a while as well. Like that was about 3 solid years of mucking around, maybe getting into 4 years now.
Wow.
This is the program that I use, which I was actually suggesting to you before this for your video editing, DaVinci Resolve. So it's just a video editing program. And so this is one I was making last night, just like a trippy sort of psychedelic thing. But basically then I can go in here and like adjust all the colors and stuff too, of like changing the colors. So then you've got all that like this now going on where I can make it like go and loop over itself if I wanted to, like where you'd blend that in. And I think for this like this video, it won't make a difference, but you can like do all adjustments with that too. Mm-hmm. So those are basically the main 2 programs that I use. And in this, I've got heaps of assets. So I've got like all these folders are filled with little assets and stuff.
Wow.
And then I had to organize it all. Where now I've got like, sorry?
I need help with organizing. So yes.
Oh yeah, man, no. I've been organized for ages, and then I just spent like a solid week of getting every little thing. So I got every little chain into one folder, like every bit of grass. And then I put it into like the common ones that I would use frequently. Because yeah, like say if I'm in here, and I'm just gonna go into the scene, I'll like change the angle of the camera a little bit.
Wow.
And so I'll come in here, and then I might want to put in, like, say, a big head right in the middle there. So now he's talking to this guy instead.
Oh, wow.
And like, and this is where it's like, I can remove
Yeah.
the other minotaurs and stuff. And now it kind of looks like it's a whole different scene and everything.
Yeah. Yeah.
And just by
Wow.
making like some adjustments and stuff where it's just about changing sort of just enough, but still to get that vision going that you got in your head.
Yeah.
And like I can make it a wide angle lens too. So now it's like zooming and everything will look different to it. Like the change in perspective and stuff will all change.
Yeah.
So
I
that's
see
kind
that.
of like how I approach this. And then there's also a lot of free assets. So that Christmas, like that Santa, that was a free asset that you could use. And I changed the color of its skin so it's invisible actually at the moment. But um, yeah, like all that
Wow.
sort of stuff is I'll change it back. Oh yeah. Like, anyway, there we go. At least got something going
Nice.
on. But yeah, so this is sort of
Cool.
where I'm at the moment. And then like the future sort of things that I'm trying to go for now is and I will just show you in a sec. This is the story that I'm working on, and I might change some of the things so far. And these text boxes are just like placeholders for images.
Hmm.
But it's going to be the story of the chosen one Minotaur that's fighting robots, and he learns about like his culture and how even though his culture can be good, it's sometimes not good with like certain things that they're trying to figure out. So the general gist I think was that the Minotaur culture is all about like fast moving, like head first, let's go into battle and stuff, not think, just act. And so they've been in this battle with robots for thousands of years or something. And then this chosen one comes in and he starts really battling them and basically ending the war, but not completely because there's still some left and they keep building back up again. And so
Wow.
he ends up getting stabbed and meeting the gods of minotaurs and stuff, and me, which I'm like the ultimate god of all things. I'm the creator,
All right. I like it.
But yeah, and then like he learns more about that listening to the world and like being a bit more patient with everything will really help the whole thing. And so then he starts listening to the robots and seeing what's actually going on. And so then it sort of has to go against the culture of saying, hey, no, let's give them some of our land and then they
Mhm.
can live. And then from that they like get like happy and stuff, and it ends the war, and then they end up helping them through another second war with the Golden Dragon War and stuff like that. But it's definitely going to have a lot
Wow.
more detail than that. And like
Cool.
each page will probably have a block of text like this between it. So this was just a little quick text test. It was just like before there were words, they could tickle the tongue and warmth, but like stuff like that, just to get a vibe of how long the page could be.
Hmm.
Because I think like with all my art, the primary thing is just to experience as much as I can so that I know kind of what works and what doesn't first. And then once I've got a good baseline of like things to avoid and things to go for, that's when I start thinking, all right, let's pursue this vision. Now that I kind of know where the flaws and stuff are. And that can be the flaws in the final artwork or the process itself. So
Nice.
like, because I've made heaps of books already, I know how my mind works and what I would get caught up in. And like, because early on I was like, let's follow what everybody says you should do in writing. But now I'm like, okay, I know my own style and stuff too. So you got to follow your own style, because I want it to be streamlined. And especially if it's just me doing it, I don't need to storyboard so much. And like, I much prefer to keep all the notes in my head,
Right.
because I feel like it comes out much more natural if it's just all kept in your head, because you whittle it down to the heart of the story. And I guess like the heart of this story is that as good as like acting fast and stuff can get a lot of things done, you
Yeah.
still need to take a step back and really listen to what's going on and like take those times where that can be more powerful long term than that
Wow.
short term gain.
Well, thank you for, thank you for taking us through your creative process. I think that's, it's amazing. I know everybody does things a little bit differently, but I think it could be helpful to other artists to kind of see how your art evolves. And, I think this is a great introduction to not only you, what you've done, your art, what you're doing, how you do it, and kind of where you're going with, this project and the next project. I think it's amazing. And it's kind of
Thanks,
segues
man.
into, having you on maybe weekly, every couple of weeks to just document your journey and your experiences.
Yeah,
I
I
think,
think as Christmas is coming
yeah,
up and New Year's, maybe we'll put a rain check on those next two, just seeing how
yeah,
we go. But
yeah,
also, I'd
yeah.
like
There's
to get
no,
a whole
yeah,
lot more done of this, where even the story's finished, and then we can have a bit of a chat about how it went, maybe, and like what the next plans and stuff are for it all. But yeah, no, I think
great.
this was like, yeah, a really nice sort of simple, good broad explanation about what I do and where I'm wanting to go. But no, so thank you. Like, I'm keen to hear the sort of responses from people too, like if they want more or what sort of things that they want and stuff like that. But yeah, no, and it'll be
Yeah,
cool to look at back at this in like a year or so and see
yeah.
where I'm at.
Well, we got, the excuse me. The audience is there. This is the view, and you're being open as an artist, and you want, feedback, and you want interaction with your collectors and artists who are interested in the work. And I think that's great. So, and I think it's great that you're opening up and kind of lifting up the hood and sharing all this with everybody. I think it's, invaluable. It's to me, it's
Yeah.
priceless. So I'm very
Well, it
excited for it, and
helps.
I appreciate that.
No, yeah, thank you. Like, and because it does help me too. Like, trying to just explain some of this simple stuff. Like, where, because, like I did a degree in teaching as well, like primary school teaching.
Hmm.
And so I love sharing what I know, but it does help me trying to explain how things work. Because if
Sure.
I can't explain it, then maybe I'm like, I'm not thinking of it in the right way. Like,
Right.
and then, yeah. But anyway, yeah, I think maybe then we'll end it here then,
Okay.
unless you've got any more questions. But yeah, like I
Yeah,
think that was a good, nice.
I think it's a good spot, and again, that thank you for your time, and
No,
really
thank you so
appreciate it.
much. Thanks for the space, man. Like, all right, well, I'll catch you and all the listeners later then. All
All
the
right,
10
all
of
right.
them so far.
NFT Art Galaxy is out, so go like this, share it, love it, like it again, watch it again, tweet to
Thank
Dale,
you.
follow Dale, go to his site, go to the X-rated site, do it all. So you can rewind it, fast forward, but we definitely want interaction, and we'll be doing this. There's no timetable on every week, every whatever, but we're going to document the journey as it goes, as the weeks and months go by. So really appreciate it again. And NFT Art Galaxy out. Thank you.